everyone, it's Amy. We're here at the LAWEBFEST. We are celebrating the world's first and largest web festival this evening. We're going to be looking at podcasts, web series from all over the world. We're really excited. We can't wait to see everyone on the red carpet. Yeah. Yay. So tell me about what the project you're here with this evening, or this afternoon.
So I'm the director of the Goethe Institute, the German Cultural Center, and we're exploring synergies with the WebFest. And also they have been collaborating with Germany, which is very exciting for us. So I think Korean-German friendship is strong, and we will go from here.
Amazing. Did you fly in from, or are you based here in Los Angeles?
Based in LA. I'm based in LA. Yeah.
Okay. Incredible. And you said, so explain to me one more time, you said something about synergy, is that right? Or just the relationship between the two cultural centers?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we call it synergies, but yeah, like how to cultivate our relationships. I think all cultural institutes need to stand together. We all have the same aim, to present our cultures, to show artists, to showcase our cultures to the world, and connecting with each other makes us even stronger.
Yes, absolutely. Is there a big German population in Los Angeles?
Yes, there is. There is quite a big German community.
A community is a better way of
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, and you have been working with the Korean Cultural Center. How long have you been working together?
We're just starting our connection anew. There have been connections in the past, and I've just been approached because we just had our German Currents Film Festival. Yeah, so we connected there.
Fantastic. How did that festival go?
Oh, went really well. Thank you. Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for being here. We're really thrilled to have you.
Thank you. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, lovely to chat to you this evening. Hi, Johnny. I'm Amy.
Amy, pleasure to
Yes,
meet you.
lovely to meet you. Tell me about what, I know what you're doing here this evening, but tell the folks at home what you're doing here this evening.
Yes, I'm quite honored to be getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, which I don't feel I'm old enough to be getting a Lifetime Achievement.
No.
but nonetheless, I'm grateful, and I have some friends here, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the work that's being done today. And for the web, television. I mean, there's so many different platforms now that sometimes it's hard to keep up with what's going on. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of the new work that's being done.
Yeah. Well, we're so thrilled that you're here this evening. Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah.
Is there any one, let's say, project that you've worked on that stands out in this lifetime of achievement?
Gosh, well, I mean, most people know me from Happy Days, but there's been a lot of other things that I've been doing, especially in the last 4 or 5 years. I've been busier than I've been in a long time. So there are a lot of other projects that I'm pretty excited, that I'm proud of. Several films that I've been doing as of late. A movie called Lost Heart. I had a great role and won some awards for that too. That's on Amazon. So that's up there among my highlights. But there's so many others. It's hard to pick.
Hard to pick just one, yeah. And I know you would just ask this, but it's such a good question. If there's one piece of advice you could give to, let's say, the creatives out there, what would you tell them?
It's funny, I get asked that sometimes, and the thing that I tell people is that it's such a crazy business and sometimes very unfair. And I feel that if you don't have that, the most important thing is the belief in yourself, and if you have that burning desire, and there's nothing else you can think of doing, then keep at it. Just keep at it. Perseverance is so important. But if you don't have that, then I say find something else.
Yeah. It's too rough to just do it if you don't believe. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for chatting to me. It's so lovely to see you.
My pleasure. Thank
yes,
you.
yeah. I think you're going to take a... I'm Amy. Lovely to meet you.
Hi, Amy. Nice to meet you.
Tell me a little bit about who you are, what project you're here with.
I'm Grace Dombier, and I'm here with Dan Brule, and I'm an actress in True Reviews, also an executive producer and creator.
Amazing. True Reviews, you said. Tell me a bit about True Reviews. What is the story?
It is based on the true crime genre. It's a spoof on true crime. Do you want to?
But rather than, so it's a spoof on true crime. but rather than crime or ghost, we reenact people's Yelp reviews. So the easiest part was finding the reviews. You just find a 1-star review with a lot of text, and it's like a window into someone's soul.
That is incredible. Where did this idea come from? Were you just reading Yelp reviews one day and you thought,
We were on a double date with our friends Neil and Tracy, and we were trying to decide where we were going to go next, and we found a 1-star review for this bar. Where do you want to talk about?
So basically, this guy, and the review's not up anymore, unfortunately. But this gentleman said, "I used to love this bar. I'd go every week, until one time I tried to make love with my girlfriend in the corner. Then these damn drunk millennials started taking flash photography of me. I'm never coming back." And we thought it would be so funny to act out that scene of this man making love with his girlfriend in the corner and these millennials taking pictures.
Because who is the real problem in that situation? Yeah.
All of our reviewers are the problem, typically.
as is, common in reviews, yeah.
So we skewer restaurants, hospitals, a strip club, pizza delivery. We have one episode about a gentleman who complains about the strip club because he says it was his first time there, and he said all the women working there were interrupting his conversation with his coworkers.
That's amazing. And you acted in it. Was it kind of one of those things where like every episode you had a different character, or?
I starred in 4 of them, so I got to play 4 crazy women who left 1-star reviews. And yeah, I just got to explore all of these different female characters and sort of like the Karen archetype in us all.
Yeah, we do love a Karen.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you hope people take away? Don't leave 1-star reviews, or what?
I just hope people laugh. I think that they will. I think it's really funny. I think that they'll all see a little bit of themselves in the review and the reviewer.
Yeah, we always say it's 1-star reviews, 5-star drama.
That's a fantastic catchphrase. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting to me. I hope that you enjoy the fest. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, first of all, I'm Amy. Lovely to meet you.
I'm Chelsea. Nice
Chelsea?
to meet you.
Noah Van Buren.
Noah Van Buren. Fantastic. That is a regal name if ever I heard one.
Yeah.
Tell me about your project that you're here with this evening.
Sure. So it's called LAWEBFEST. It is a fantasy video game pilot, and it's about Alice. She works at a tavern. One day the knights come in, kidnap her sister, and she goes out on her very first adventure to save her. And it is a video game like Scott Pilgrim versus the World meets Mighty Python and the Holy Grail. So, yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I also love that the knights are not the good guys. It sounds
No,
like.
they're the bad guys.
Right.
Yeah.
And you are the writer, director, the creator.
Yes, I'm the creator, writer, director, co-producer. I pretty much do all the social medias, graphic designing. Yeah.
Incredible. And are you here in support or here on the film?
We're working together on writing the next episode, turning her pilot into web series.
Fantastic. I keep saying film. Pilot. It is a pilot. Where did the idea come from?
So I've always been a fan of video games and fantasy, and like as a woman, it's often you're not taken seriously. So I wanted to write this story where Alice, she's this woman that many people don't take seriously, and then her world gets turned upside down, and suddenly she has to become the hero. She has to step up to the plane, and people are like, "You're not going to do it. You're not going to make it." But she, in the end, she pulls through. So.
Yes, she does.
And it's an homage to all of the classic, like 8-bit games, like classic Nintendo that she grew up playing and loving, and which so many of us love.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys are gamers then. You understand this world.
Yes, absolutely. Gamers, filmmakers,
Incredible.
Yeah.
Amazing. So what's one thing that you hope people take away from the film?
I just hope. That's okay. To take away is to, to really think about kind of like the tropes and kind of stereotypes that women get put into. So kind of that's more the serious topic, but also to kind of like celebrate and, kind of poke fun at video games and fantasy. And it is a fun series. It's a comedy. I created it just to, lift people's spirits up and make them, feel better, because everyone's gone through a lot for the last few years. So yeah.
And maybe one day it will be a game that people can,
You know what? I'm open to games, amusement parks, VR, like anyone.
Well, this is a series that's being made by hardcore nerds for hardcore nerds.
Yeah.
So all the geeks out there will find something I love in it.
Yeah.
But you've got that fantasy element. So even if you're not a gamer like myself, I would love to see it. It sounds incredible.
And I purposely, the way I made Epic Quest is, if you're not a gamer, you can still enjoy it. I remember at my very first film festival, an 80-year-old woman in the audience came up to me and she's like, I know nothing about video games, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I was like, my work here is done.
Yeah, highest praise. That's incredible. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me. Thanks for being here. We're thrilled to have you. Are you guys nominated this evening?
Yes, so Epic Quest is nominated for Best Pilot, Best Visual Effects, and Best Action Adventure.
Yes. Okay.
Them.
Well, crossing fingers, I'll see you up on that stage.
All right.
Thank you so much for being here. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Lovely to meet you. I'm Amy.
Amy.
Welcome to the fest.
Thank you.
Sorry, one more time, your name?
My name is Jay Wynn.
Jay Wynn.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
Amazing. Tell me about your series, your podcast. What are you here for tonight?
Okay, so I'm here for A Hum of Shadows. It is basically a steampunk adventure between two brothers that actually stumble across a mercenary to fight crime. So
What? That is
steampunk, yeah.
a steampunk comedy? That's incredible. What did you do on the film?
I was the producer as well as the actor. I was a background actress in this one.
Amazing. How did you get involved with this?
Actually, the director and we were all in South Korea. We all live in South Korea. And so he had a vision to do this while he was there. So we all collaborated. And then I initially got on the project as a sound engineer, as the boom operator. And he needed more help, independence. We wear multiple hats. And so I took on a producer.
That's so cool. And was it that friendship that drew you to the project?
Yes, it was.
Well, tell me, what did you think when you first saw the script for a steampunk comedy?
I thought we could not pull this off. There was no way. We didn't know where the trains were, but we found everything. Costuming was intense, but it was actually easier than we thought it'd be. And it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Would you say that was the toughest part of it, was the costumes? Because steampunk is wild.
It is wild. And then having to build all of the intricacies that if you know about steampunk, and yes, it was like, where do you find this stuff? But we found it.
You found it?
Yep.
Amazing.
Yes.
And you said that the two brothers, they find a mercenary, they fight crime. It's sort of like a superhero story a little bit?
Kind of, sort of. There was one that, just to give away a little, he was going to the academy. The brother's tagging along because he admires his older brother so much. And then on the way to the academy for the tests, lo and behold, they run into a mercenary that's wanted, that has a bolo out for his head.
Whoa, that's really cool. Okay, last question for you. Favorite day of filming and why? Or just favorite day involved in the project. Maybe you weren't there for all the filming. Well, maybe you were.
Okay. We had this one day of filming where we were in a Korean village, and waking up and that view was so beautiful. It kind of cascaded over a city below us, and it was right over a garden. And so we had to put it into the scene. So it's like our opening scene because it was just so beautiful.
I love those unplanned moments that are like, well, now it's in the thing. Well, amazing. Thank you so much for talking to me. Yeah. Let me know when hi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thanks. Tell me a bit about who you are and what you're here with.
Yeah, my name is Herman Wang. My series is Illuminagents. We've submitted the pilot episode to this festival, which is all that was available when we when this the entries were opened up. We did actually manage to shoot the first season this summer, so hopefully we'll be able to submit again for next year when that's all ready. But yeah, the pilot is about it's set in a world where all the conspiracy theories are real. So the series follows a pair of agents. It's kind of X-Files style. So there's two agents, and they're given assignments, in every episode where they're supposed to prevent people from finding out that the Earth is flat and Australia is not real and things like that. And so all of the conspiracy theories that we use in this series are actually real-world theories. We mine that for story ideas. The idea kind of being to poke a little fun at them, to have a little fun with it, make an action-adventure story, and also in the end to hopefully give people people a little food for thought about why people believe the things that they do.
Yeah, absolutely. And what did you do on the project?
So I'm writer and director and producer. Like many web series, I wear many hats. But yeah, this is basically my baby.
Amazing. So tell me about where did your baby come from? Where did this idea come from?
Well, I'd finished my previous web series, which was called The Spell Tutor, and that was kind of like closed off. And so I wanted to. That was more fantasy based, and my real passion is science fiction more. So I did want to do something that was science fiction, and the idea just kind of came to me because conspiracy theories they're a very real presence in the world today, and unfortunately they sometimes are harmless, but sometimes they're very dangerous. So it's something I wanted to kind of broach as a topic with kind of a lighthearted approach, but so that way it doesn't kind of block people out right away, and it's not too confrontational. So that basically, and I decided to kind of combine conspiracy theories with my very dry sense of humor and see what would come out of that.
So it's a bit of a comedy, bit of a sci-fi.
Yeah, it's not like a wacky comedy. It's not like but internally it's played very seriously. There are very real stakes for the agents. Sometimes their lives are in danger. So it's real stakes, real stories, but it's also a little bit goofy at the same time.
Amazing. But
it's deadpan serious is the way we play it.
What was the hardest part about shooting a sci-fi?
Really, it's the waiting for everything to be clear, because we finished the pilot in 2019 and then we weren't able to shoot again. We were hoping for 2020, that didn't happen. 2021 didn't happen. So really, it was just the waiting and planning was really the hardest part. But once we did finally kind of feel that it was safe enough to shoot, it was like we had done 2 years of preparation, so everything was just kind of everything was right out of the gate and go.
Smoothest shoot of all time because it's all planned out already.
Exactly.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for being here this evening. Thanks for chatting to me.
Thank you.
Yeah. And where can we find? Or it's doing the festival circuits now, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Pretty much.
Fantastic.
We have a website called illuminagents.com, so you can get there. You can see the pilot episode on our partner networks, and you can get our Facebook, our Twitter, Instagram, that sort of thing.
Great. Illuminagents.com. Fantastic. Well, thanks for being here. It's great to meet you. Yeah. Have a great evening.
Thanks.
Hello, ladies. Lovely to see you this evening.
Lovely to see
Welcome
you
to the
too.
fest. Tell me about your project.
Well, your name first. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I'm Amy.
Amy, hi,
yes.
nice to meet you. Paris, Mary Lynn, and Belinda.
Paris, Mary Lynn, Belinda. Lovely to meet you. Tell me about the project that you're here with.
Well, first I want to say thank you so much to LAWEBFEST, to Young Man Kang, Jean-Michel Albert, Joël Bazaget, and everyone involved in resurrecting this festival in Michael Ejakwe's honor and memory. This is very exciting. This is a great press line. 2 interviews, one after the other with LAWEBFEST across here. This is really fantastic and very exciting. My project, our project, is Pepper Ricochet, continuing a series from the Pepper Project. It is a female spy thriller series. And hey, right? Who doesn't swoon with that, right? It's very exciting. It's hip. It's happening. And she has 2 men as her associates, so that's kind of a nice twist.
Yeah.
And a lot of other women in the project as well as we go through.
Incredible. So. And you said this is your baby. You're the writer, director.
Yes, I created it, wrote it, directed these last 2 chapters. First, the Pepper Project was directed by Eric Yellen and myself, and we honor Eric today, being here as well. And we have one of our producers, Belinda Oswald, is here joining us from Arizona, and Mary Lynn Suchan, who is a production manager and associate producer as well, for hopefully going forward with our next project, perhaps. So.
And is this the dream team? Do you work together often? How did this team come to be?
Why don't you answer?
Yeah, I actually met Karis at another festival back when I had my first baby web series, and I was looking at everybody that was playing in one of the blocks, and I saw Pepper Project, and I saw female writer, director, producer, everything, and I went, that's what I want to do. I got to go watch the Pepper Project. And I did, and then afterwards I approached her, and I remember being like, hi, I just love that you did all the things, and I want to do all the things, so can we talk? And then we became really great friends, and she brought me in. Yeah, brought me into the folds of the creation of the rest of this story, and it's just been really special.
Belinda, just such an amazing supporter the entire time with Pepper Project and Pepper Ricochet.
The best. She, again, does it all. And
with a great team.
And the name says it all. Sexy badass, you got it right there.
blushing.
My last question for you, what is something you hope audiences are going to take away from this project?
I hope audiences take away the heart of the series, a very complicated woman and journey. Women can be vulnerable, they can be strong, they can be exhibit a lot of different ranges of emotion at the same time, and we as women are composites, and especially women in my age range right now, where things are really difficult to be cast, things aren't really always being written for women, over 40, over 50. So we hope to people take away the fact that we're still alive, and we have things to say, and we have stories to tell. So thank you.
Yeah, incredible. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me. It was lovely to see you. Have a great time at the festival. Yeah. Cheers.
Peter Godowski, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you, David. Tell me about the project you're here with.
So I'm here in support of Absolved.
Okay.
It is a story about a Catholic priest who witnesses a school shooting and loses his faith.
Wow.
And when he decides to drop out of the priesthood, he starts to see ghosts.
The irony.
Right.
And so what did you do on this project? How did you get involved with it?
I wrote it, most of it, with the help of Craig West Fisher and Kevin Hanna, and a few others helped develop it, but I wrote the initial concept. I wrote it actually coming home from the New Jersey WebFest, because I got the idea at the New Jersey WebFest doing the pitch fest that they had there. I thought it'd be a cool idea, so I pitched it. And then I wrote it as I was driving back from New Jersey in my car. I recited most of it into my phone.
Kind of like a driving voice man. That's incredible. What was it that sparked the idea at the festival?
You know, I can't say that I know the answer to that. I was a practicing Catholic once, and I've changed my views since then. But that was a long, long time ago, and the Pitch Fest opportunity presented itself, and I wanted to participate in it. And I was like, well, what if I just put something together and pitch it just for the fun, for the experiment? And so what I just told you was the story. That's what I wrote for my pitch. And then when it was over, I thought, wait a minute, I would like to do that.
Hang on, that's actually a cool idea. That's incredible. And is this man also, this is the same? Yeah, come on in.
His last name a little bit there. This is the one I mentioned, the David Argarowski.
David Argarowski.
I ruined it. No. But this is the creator of the series, Absolved, and I was happy to work with him for a whole weekend, actually.
Yeah.
Flew out from L.A. to hang out for a weekend in Pittsburgh.
I flew him all the way in from L.A. so he could punch me in the nose.
Yeah, that's a spoiler alert. Don't tell anybody.
So if I ask favorite day on set?
Punching me in the nose. I'm pretty sure he liked that.
Fun. Yeah, no, it's a good time.
Last question for you. What is something you hope audiences will take away from the film? Even if it's just a laugh,
Well, do you know, I feel that the web series concept, I feel that it's more elevated than people realize. And I feel that, of course, there's still some stuff where guys are shooting with an iPhone in their apartment, and that's fine, Create, always create, definitely. Don't wait, create. But I hope that we push the envelope a little, and if they get a chance to see ours, they say, oh, wow, this isn't too bad. Web series, maybe I should look at more web series. And I would like to get the idea that we can create these things, and we don't have to have millions of dollars to do it.
Yeah. Incredible. We love that. We're all about that. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. Yeah, have a great afternoon here.
Enjoy the festival.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm talking to you, talking to me,
That's right.
into the camera, filming.
It's the future.
This is incredible. Tell me about who you are, what you're here with tonight.
I'm Snakebite Cortez. I'm one of the artists that worked on A House of the Unholy, created and directed by Daniel Merlot, who's in Japan right now. I worked with Daniel on the writing, and I also worked with Daniel and Oso Jackson on the animation parts, which are up for nomination tonight.
Hey, there it is. Fantastic. Tell me about that. Tell me about the writing process. Where did this come from?
Well, in this particular movie, Daniel had a story that he shot overseas in Thailand, and he brought it back with no real glue. So he had a bunch of scenes and a bunch of concepts, and so I worked with Daniel on putting it all together and making it all work as a cohesive story.
Incredible. And then you... Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just saying that process takes a while.
I can imagine, yeah. And then the animation probably takes even longer.
Yeah. The animation, actually, we worked pretty fast. Originally, I was coming on board to work on the animation only, and we realized that we needed to take a step back and really work on the story. And me and Daniel vibe. We come from the same background. We're both from San Francisco. Both went to the same concerts. Didn't even know it. So we spoke similar languages. So we ended up working together on the story for a long time. And then when the animation was ready to produce, we had to get that out fast.
Is it a specific style of animation?
I would say that me and Oso Jackson have a style rooted in old school heavy metal magazine type animation, and so and I work in animation. I have experience working in animation, so we were pulling from that experience. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the story. What is it? What is this about?
So the story is about an evil queen that has taken over the kingdom of light in search for her quest for immortality. And so she's hunted down these indigo children who have this heart elixir that is supposed to give you immortality. And she's killed them all except for this one that has eluded her up to this point. So this story mostly revolves around the quest for power and how absolute power corrupts absolutely. Yeah.
Fantasy, that's my kind of story. I love it. That's incredible.
That's the roots, fantasy and sci-fi. That's what we're all about.
That's amazing. And you said you nominated this evening?
We're nominated for Best Animation.
Well, I'm holding thumbs. I'll see you up on that stage. That sounds incredible.
Thank you.
Where can we find out more about your project?
I don't know if we're online yet, purely because we're doing the, the circuit, the festival circuit. But House of the Unholy, Daniel Merlot, I think is all you're going to need to know when you want to Google it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for talking to me. It was so lovely to meet you. Enjoy the festival. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, I'm Amy. Lovely to meet you guys. Tell me a bit about who you are and what you're here with.
Sure. So I'm Morgan, and we're with Abracadabras. This is Griffin here.
Hi, I'm Griffin here.
What a name!
Yeah.
And what fabulous nails!
Oh, thank you very much.
So you said abracadabra?
Abracadavers. So Abra and then dead bodies, basically.
We love wordplay. Tell me about what it is, because I have an idea in my mind of what this story is about.
Oh.
It's probably nothing like it, I'm guessing.
I want to hear yours first.
We'll talk later. You tell me what it's actually about.
So the show is about a group of young adults that slowly develop superpowers, and it's from this old hair salon chair. We're here with season 2 of the show, where they find out that the hair salon chair gave them powers, but there are other things giving other people powers, and now they have to go to this kind of weird, quirky, like X-Men-like camp and learn, and learn how to not blow things up and stuff like that. So yeah.
That's amazing. Where did this story come from?
The original hair salon chair that the story's based around. I found it in an alley, and I was like, that's cool. And then 8 hours later, when I was walking back from work, it was there again, but there was a sign on it that said, "Free, please take." So I took it. And
I didn't know you passed it twice. Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
The way back from is when I actually
That
got
means
it.
somebody was in that house looking out the window being like, oh, I thought he was going to take it.
Yeah.
This'll help. Here's a sign.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Do you know what's so great, though, is a lot of people would see a chair in an alley and they'd say, that's a chair in an alley. And you said, no, that's a web series about kids trying not to blow people up.
Yeah, and it's in my garage to this day. So we'll see.
And you're on season 2 now, you said?
Yeah. So season 2 is here at the festival. We were able to work with like Canadian Media Fund and Telefilm on season 2. So it's twice as long, twice as many characters. Like the world really opens up. So that's been really fun, I think.
Yeah. We were able to step up production value quite a bit, work for a few, had more heavy-hitting producers. We brought in some more directors for the season to assist with Morgan. It's nice to kind of just step it up all together.
Very cool. You said Canadian. Are you guys from Canada?
We are.
Oh my gosh, international crowd.
That's right.
Fantastic. And are you nominated this evening? Are you here with your...
Yeah, so the show is nominated for Best Action Adventure Series, Best Sci-Fi Series, Best Production Design, and Best Visual Effects.
Oh my goodness. You're just raking in the awards. That's incredible. What's one thing that you hope people will take away from watching this series?
Hey, great question.
That's a good question.
Thanks, guys. I came up with it myself.
It's supposed to kind of just be a series that you watch and I mean, I feel like saying like, I hope you relate to this series is so broad, but really it's about like growing up and figuring out who you are and kind of like that universal experience. So if anything, I think it's like you're not alone with kind of like all of the sucky things that you're going through. So I hope it's just something that you sit down with and you're like, I'd love to spend, you know, like a couple hours with these characters for a bit. I don't know.
That's nice. I feel like one of my favorite things about the series is that if you've ever seen Chronicle, like the very dark and edgy movie about the teens getting superpowers, ours is quite the opposite of that, right? It's very bubbly, kind of witty, dry humor. And I find my favorite part about how the series plays out is that, like, these kids are getting fire shot out of their hands, but there's other problems in their life that are concerning them more than that, right? Like the anxieties of like, oh man, are all my friends mad at me? What happened? Why am I not getting this stuff right? So the idea of finding the priorities or the things that kind of stick in your heart or your brain that you choose to stress about or love, you could have a huge, amazing, fantastical superpower thing happening to you and you're still wondering out how to ask out your crush. I love that kind of like isolation of priorities.
Totally. It's very Peter Parker type. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are awesome. I'm holding my fingers, or whatever this is called, crossing my fingers. We're not from this country.
Holding your fingers.
I'm holding my fingers that you guys win. Have an amazing time at the festival. Thanks for chatting to me.
Thanks
yeah,
for chatting.
so nice to meet you. Hello, good sir. Welcome to the festival. Tell us who you are. Tell us what project you're here with.
So I'm Jonathan Neil Alexander. I'm an actor, and I also co-wrote a show called Sloppy Jones. It's available on Out TV, which is like a Canadian, a queer Canadian network. But anywhere you can access Out TV, so like Amazon, Roku, Apple TV, yeah.
And so Sloppy Jones is what is your series.
Correct. Sloppy Jones series, starring Colin Mockery and Linda Cash. It's a really fun series. It's kind of like campy and has a little bit of thriller and some comedy in it. And yeah, I'm nominated for Best Actor at the festival, so very grateful to be here. Yeah.
Good for you. Congrats. That's incredible. So you were the lead in this series, or an actor in this series.
You know what? It was a bit of a five-hander. Okay. You know, like Colin plays such an important role in the series, and Linda does too. But it kind of centers around three employees at this dive bar in Niagara Falls who find their boss's severed torso in the back. And everyone looks very guilty, and it's like it kind of unfolds itself. It doesn't take itself too seriously. It's very funny and like irreverent and referential. But yeah, it was a really fun show to make. Yeah.
Bit of murder mystery vibes, bit of Inspector Clouseau in there.
Yes, a little bit of that. Yeah, totally.
Tell me about your character.
Yeah, so Thomas is he's a calculated kind of guy, but what I like about him is that he's very loyal. So it's as much as he is calculated and demanding and specific and not necessarily everyone's best friend, there's like a soft, very good, as much as he's not everyone's best friend, if he is your best friend, he's the best friend in the world. So I like the dichotomy of both worlds kind of living in one person. So yeah, that was like a treat to play. Yeah.
Super cool. And you said that you also, forgive me if I'm getting this wrong, but you also wrote on this, or yeah? Where did the idea come from?
The idea came from, we were approached by our producer, brought together with kind of already like a restaurant comedy love situation that had been established, and then we were like, okay, well, if we're going to work on it, we want to kind of turn it into like a really kind of upside down exciting version of everything that we've read already. So we kind of took it and ran with it, and ran until we couldn't run anymore, and now we're here.
Yeah. Ran with the metaphor. Fantastic. And congratulations on your nomination. That's incredible. One last question. What's one thing you hope people will take away from this lovely series that you've made?
I hope that people laugh. Everyone needs a lot of laughter. It's hard times, and we've all through a lot. So if people can laugh, and if they can be engaged by it too, and be a little bit engaged by not knowing who killed who, or who's alive still or who's not, that kind of thing. So yeah, I think if it can excite people, I'm happy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Engaging. Draw them in.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for talking to me. Welcome to the fest, and good luck on your nomination. Or is that break a leg on your nomination?
I'll break whatever I need to. Yeah.
Break all the legs. Yeah.
Yeah, Thomas. Yeah.
Great to meet you. Thanks for talking to me. Okay. Hello, welcome. Lovely to meet you. Tell me a bit about who you are and what project you're here with.
So my name is Lorraine Piana. I'm an actor and creative consultant on Sloppy Jones.
Sloppy Jones, I was just hearing about it. Okay, fantastic. The Niagara Falls murder mystery. And you said you're an actor, so tell me a bit about your character.
Her name is Cassie Lay. She's a wine heiress. She likes to spill everybody's tea except her own. But she's everything except sloppy. She's an independent businesswoman and she knows what she wants.
Fantastic. And how did you get involved with this? Did you know the creators, or is this like I auditioned and now I'm here?
So I auditioned for another project called Spellbent, another web series that we're still developing, and one of the writers on Spellbent basically gave me an opportunity for Sloppy Jones, and then they invited me on as a creative consultant.
Yeah, tell me about that. What was that like?
It was amazing because I got to build the character Cassie Lay from the ground up with the writing team, and also building the other characters as well, and with the storyline. So it was amazing to be a part of it behind the scenes, and then just going and diving into the work and performing.
Tell me about your first thought when you read the script. What was the first thing that went through your mind?
I was just screaming and yelling. I was like, ah! That's literally it.
Amazing. You don't need more thoughts than that. And this was shot in Canada, right?
Yes.
Well, so you flew down for the WebFest?
Yes, I'm here for the WebFest, and I'm here to study, and I have a movie airing on the Oprah Winfrey Network next month, so yeah.
That's incredible. I mean, you're just like doing stuff all over the place. That's fantastic. What's one thing you hope people take away from Sloppy Jones?
A lot of empathy for people who work in the service industry. You know, it's a tough business, and a lot of artists work in that business because it's easier to kind of like leave and go for an audition as well. So just to kind of like be good to them, tip them.
Yes,
Yeah.
Be kind to the service people. That is so true. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me. It was lovely to meet you, and I hope you enjoy the festival.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about, well, first of all, Sophie, right? Lovely to meet you. And I'm guessing you're with Sloppy Jones?
Exactly.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your involvement in the project. What did you do?
So I'm a co-creator, writer, and an actor on the project, and I also did the catering.
Fantastic. The most important thing on any set.
Literally, yeah. And yeah, I'm really excited to be in LA and be at LAWEBFEST. Yeah, it's been amazing meeting all the other creators.
Amazing. We're so excited to have you here. So you're a co-creator. Tell me where this idea came from. Who was the one, or not even the one, but where did this by the way, someone's gonna die, it's a murder mystery in Canada?
Yeah, so I think the murder of it all kind of developed over the course of our development process. Like, it started off as like a restaurant comedy, and then we were just spitballing ideas, and then we were like, but what if Frank was murdered? And then we kind of just started leaning more into that, and we all love horror and slashers. So we were like, why don't we intersect comedy with slasher? And it's like a great venue to explore experiences in a heightened, fun, campy way.
Yeah. This is... do with this question what you will, but what drew you to the web series format?
I think the web series format is really awesome because it's accessible, and you can kind of when you're starting out, it's very hard to get opportunities. So yeah, I think it's a great place to be able to express yourself and try things, and for emerging filmmakers, and and I think because our genre is pretty niche, and edgy and all these things, we were like, a web series is the perfect place because we won't kind of have to censor anything, and just be able to go off.
Be as wacky and creative as you want to be. That's incredible. What's one thing you hope people take away from Sloppy Jones?
I hope people take away the idea that it's okay to be kind of messy and chaotic and imperfect, and navigating, a lot of, it's kind of like a coming of age movie in your 20s that I don't think is explored. So I hope people who are in their 20s and just figuring it out realize that it's okay, and they can do that.
Amazing. People in their 20s need that. We need that. Well, thank you so much for chatting for me. The series is nominated for some things, isn't it?
Yes, a bunch of nominations. So thank you. So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, well, we'll be holding all the fingers and thumbs, and hopefully we'll see you on that stage. But congrats. Yeah, lovely to meet you. Tell me a little bit about what project you're here with.
I'm one of the creators and lead actors in Sloppy Jones.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. We've heard all about Sloppy Jones. We love Sloppy Jones. So you're a lead actor. Tell me about your character.
So I play Harper. She's a sort of book-smart bisexual bartender with an anxiety disorder.
I like that the description sped up as you went through it. And you are co-creator, so did you come up with Harper?
Yeah, so we all kind of wrote our characters to suit the characters we wanted to play going forwards and suit our types, but also function in a horror world. So Harper does a lot of like screaming and freaking out, like a big range of emotion. I usually play mean girls, so I don't mind playing one with an edge, but I wanted her to be a little rounder.
Yeah. What a cool opportunity to create a character for yourself.
Yeah, it's been really cool, and we also all worked as servers and bartenders before this, so we're playing kind of the heightened chaos of that industry, but with crime and horror inside of it as well.
And mystery and comedy. And is that, what is the thing that you hope people take away from Sloppy Jones?
I just want people to laugh, and I want to create that sort of vibe of watching a horror movie with your friend at a sleepover. I just wanted it to feel like that, like Scream, or somewhere between Scream and Broad City, I guess.
That's amazing. And tell me, is LA WebFest the first fest that you guys have come to? Is this like, a stop along the way?
This is the first festival that we've been able to attend in person outside of Canada since the show had its run.
Yeah. Well, we're so happy that you're here this evening. And I know it's nominated for a couple of awards, right, Sloppy Jones?
Yeah, so I'm up for Best Actress, Jonathan's up for Best Actor, Linda Cash is up for Best Supporting Actress, Colin Mockery's up for Best Supporting Actor, and we're up for Best Dramedy.
Oh my gosh, you guys, leave some for the rest of us. Well, that's incredible. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I hope you have an incredible time or afternoon, and thank you so much for chatting to me. Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about who you are, and I'm assuming you're here with Sloppy Jones.
I am. That's you assumed correctly. Okay. Yeah, I'm Sebastian Sage. I'm part of the cast and crew for Sloppy Jones. I played Damien Hardwell, who's a line cook at the Sloppy Jones Grill. He's a wholesome, friendly, slutty, bisexual line cook who is always there for comfort sex for any of his friends whenever they need it. Wow. Yeah, he's a very, very generous soul.
And you created this character, right?
It was a bit of a collaboration, but the co-writers, Jamie, Jonathan, and Sophie, were the ones who dreamt the whole thing up. Yeah.
And how did you come to be involved in Sloppy Jones?
Because I was dating one of the co-writers. Am dating one of the co-writers. Right. Jamie, yes.
Was interesting. And tell me, what's something you hope people take away or get out of Sloppy Jones?
I think anybody who's ever worked in a similar situation, anybody who's ever worked service, especially millennials who've ever worked in the service industry, will find it extremely relatable, and also find some fun kind of 90s camp horror style escapism from it. It's a real funny and kind of scary romp that it's real fun and funny, and check it out. Sloppy Jones Show on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all that.
Sloppy Jones on all of the social media platforms. Congratulations. And you guys are nominated for a bunch of different awards, is that right?
That we are, yeah. I believe Jamie just listed them all. I think we're up for Best Dramedy. Jamie's up for Best Actress. Jonathan's up for Best Actor. Linda Cash is up for Best Supporting Actress. And Colin Mockery is up for Best Supporting Actor, I believe. I think that's all of them.
So you're just like sweeping the acting categories is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, sorry to everyone else here.
You guys can go home. It was nice to, Well, cool. Thank you so much for being here. We're thrilled to have you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for chatting to me. How are you doing this evening? We're thrilled to have you here.
Thank you. Well, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm representing my show, Long Island South Shore. I'm the creator, writer, director. Everything's except for the acting, co-producer, and this is my husband, Michael Haddad, who's up for nomination for the music.
Congratulations. That's incredible. And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. What was your name?
April Audia.
April Audia. So tell me about the show. Where did the idea come from? How did it come to be?
So the show came to be because it was it's a woman-driven story about a mother and a daughter who's in a lot of conflict. It's a drama. It's a bit dark, and it really came out of the need to kind of write layered women that weren't just like either a shrew or a crazy person, but maybe a little bit of all that, but still gets up and goes to work the next day, as we women do. So it's just kind of a multi-layered story about real relationships between mothers and daughters that sometimes end ugly. And sometimes there will be forgiveness, and sometimes there won't. But it takes place in the south side of Long Island, which is pretty scrappy. So that's my show.
Is that where you're from, south side of Long Island?
Yeah, I am.
I've never been, but I would love to go someday. I feel like the place has a lot of character.
Has a lot of character and a lot of characters. So.
And did you act in? You said you acted in as well.
I did. So I act in it, and then I co-wrote it, co-directed it, and co-produced it and everything else with Kat Therese. She's my creative partner, Kat Therese. I love you, Kat, if you're somewhere out there. And she's in New York right now. And but then I also star in it.
Amazing.
Yes.
And your character, tell me about your character.
So my character is Danielle, and she's a single mother on Long Island, and she is raising a teenage daughter who is very difficult, but Danielle herself is difficult. These are two females that are very unsatisfied with the lives they have and the cards they were dealt, and they're just kind of like working through all of that drama and conflict, but unfortunately they're turning on each other, and it's a way to try to see if they can find a way to each other instead of falling apart from each other.
Beautiful.
And we're actually in our second season. Well, we're being repped here tonight, season 1.5. We did a season 1, we were doing a season 2, we got stopped with COVID. So this was kind of like a little in-between season that's kind of part of 2 that we put together and continued on with the festivals during the pandemic and everything.
That's really ingenious, really creative.
Thank you. I grappled with it, and I just didn't want it. We had been doing festivals since 2017, and I just didn't want it to end. And so one day I thought, I have an idea. I'm just going to put like this little intermission kind of, the whole world will understand. We all had the same experience. And this kind of intermission, and I did it, and I cut it, and I asked some of the different festival runners, like, is this okay? They were like, I think it's ingenious. I think it's great. And then we just started doing that, and we started getting, winning for Best Director, Best Writing, and it was almost unbelievable.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's incredible. And you nominated for the music, is that right?
Yes, my talented wife. April's my wife, and I'm a songwriter. And she chose a song of mine called "Tell Me Your Secrets" to open the series, the title sequence, and it was used in the trailer. And
as well as music throughout. I also put
music throughout.
Yeah.
And she kind of produced it. She said to take the song, put it in a minor key, make it a little more haunting, and she sings it. So that's how deep her talent goes.
But it's his song. It's his song. Yes.
And this was a song that you had already written that you then sort of adapted for the film. Who inspired it, or what inspired it?
Well, I wrote it when I was 20 years old. I wrote it many, many years ago, and it's a song that she's always been a fan of. And when she created this series, she thought it could really kind of lend itself to great effect with the opening of the song and with the storyline and characters in her show keep secrets from one another, and she thought it could really touch a nerve with the plot of the story. She wanted it to be done a certain way, so she kind of gave me the direction. I changed it a little bit, and then we had her sing it. I did the instrumentation, and April sang it. And it's great. It's an honor to have it recognized tonight.
And it also got put in a Lifetime movie, just as a little aside, because they needed something, and we had the song and sent it in, and it got put in a Lifetime movie. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was used a few years back in a Lifetime television film.
Well, congratulations. We're so thrilled to have you here. Amy. Yes, so lovely to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much.
Wishing you all the best of luck with your nomination.
Thank you.
Yeah, and your one-woman takeover of the world. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Cheers. Enjoy the festival. Tell me a little bit about who you are and the project that you're here with.
Okay, so I'm the writer and producer. I also appear in a show called Awkwardly, and it's an ensemble series comedy that unfolds a lot like Modern Love on Amazon. So it's an anthology series where each of the 20 main characters, they're all New Yorkers, and they're connected through life's awkward moments.
That is incredible. I love anthology series.
Thank you. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Where did the idea come from?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but a fun one. I had a dinner with a director friend of mine, Jason Alexander, and we were talking about storytelling and what it is that we do. And he was like, if you want to be famous, you should do something else. I said, oh, no, that's not why I do it. I feel like as a storyteller, the reason that I do what I do is because I want to see humanity reflected back to me. I think that's what we all want, right? We want to be inspired, we want to laugh, we want to cry, we want to be moved, but we want to know that we're not alone. And so it started like that. And when I was thinking about it, I said, well, what are the reasons in which I'm not alone? And it's the community that I have, the actors that I know, the people that I love to collaborate with. So I decided, instead of making a show where I was the lead and got to hang out with some other friends, I decided to take an even piece of the pie and write for all my friends and have 20 main characters and then some supporting characters for a cast of 30. And it was a great time.
That is incredible. And is that what you hope people take away from it, that they're not alone, or what's the takeaway?
Yeah, I think there's just an innate sense of belonging that we have when we watch a movie. We go, oh, they get me. Oh, that story, that's my life. I understand what that's like. And I think all I wanted was just these little slice of life moments, these little scenes that would show us the ways in which we're all connected awkwardly.
That is brilliant.
Well, thank you. I will call my mom and tell her you said so. I will blast that all over town.
That's all you need. Just Amy on the carpet said it's great.
She had great gloves. She had authority. She had authority.
Thank you. Are you nominated for anything this evening?
We have 5 nominations tonight, which is so exciting. We have editing. We have Best Supporting Actress for Barbara McCullough, who's hilarious and wonderful in this. I have a nomination for an actor, and I also have screenwriting and comedy.
You're just sweeping the carpet here.
We'll see. It's super fun. It's an incredible group. We've been on the festival circuit for a few years now, and this is our final stop. So it's very meaningful to us, and to be recognized in that way is just super awesome. So I'm glad to be nominated, and we'll see what happens with the rest of the night.
Well, we're so honored that you would choose us as your final stop. Thank you for coming to LAWEBFEST. Yeah.
I just love that Young Man Kang and Tiffany and everybody are bringing this back, and I just think it's such an important festival, and it's been around for so long, and just to honor Michael's legacy that way is really beautiful.
Yeah.
So thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting to me. Enjoy the rest of the festival. Hi, I'm Amy.
Nice to meet you. I'm Alesh.
You said, sorry?
Alesh.
Alesh.
Yes,
Okay. So like Alex, but Alesh.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. Alesh, tell me about your project. What are you here with this evening?
So I come here in representation of Genesis 88. It's the web series that my father has made with his friends. He's the producer, Jordi Paris. I'm Alesh Paris. So it's a show that represents to be a kid that is genetically modified and has superhuman capabilities, and everyone is trying to capture him for their benefit. There's the mafia. My father is actually also an actor. He's the boss of the mafia, the evil guys. And also there's the good guys trying to find him, and there's some troubles in the middle. This is the second season, and we have been nominated. Again, we were already here for the first season.
Okay, well, congratulations on your nomination. What is the nomination for?
So it's for, I think, if I recall correctly, Best Cinematography and Best Directing, something like that. It's two different awards.
Amazing. And where did the idea for this project come from? You said your father created it?
Well, my father is a producer, but Frank Sayes is a director, and Xavi Abad is a cinematographer. And between these three, especially Frank, had this idea of this show, which happens in a Latin-inspired town. It's like a Miami mixed with South America. Just, I guess, from a trip he made, but I don't remember the story.
Okay. Incredible. What's something you hope people will take with them when they watch it?
Oh, that's a good question. I have not thought about it. Well, I hope they enjoy the mystery, and they really are hoping for the third season, which we are making right now.
Yeah, third season.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, congrats on your nominations, and thank you so much for being here. We're so happy to have you.
We're happy to be here.
Yeah, enjoy the rest of the festival. Good, sir. Tell me, I'm Amy. Lovely to meet you.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Matt?
McHugh, yeah.
Matt McHugh. Tell me about your project, Matt.
It's Adversity. It's about a diversity writing fellowship at a fictional TV network run by a high-level exec from the 80s who's been demoted due to multiple sexual harassment lawsuits and some racism. So he's not the best person to lead the diversity program.
That is hilarious. Where did this? What did you do on the project?
I was a co-creator with Tamir Yarden and Amelia Solomon, and co-writer and one of the actors.
Okay. So I can ask you the question: where did the idea come from?
Yeah. Amelia is female and Tamir is black, so they were applying to diversity fellowships, and then they said, well, if we don't get in, we should make something that makes fun of it. And then they didn't get in. So it was like a consolation prize. And then I got to be part of it because I couldn't really get in. So then we made that. And someone actually the other day came up to us and said, have you been in writers' rooms? And we haven't. But they said it seemed like some of the writers' rooms they'd been in. So.
Well, congrats. That's incredible.
Yeah, I know. We've had some comparisons to the new Paul Reiser show. Reboot, I think, because there's a writing room there. But it's not like bringing back a show, but the writing room seems kind of, and the main character seems a little bit outdated, kind of the same way our guy is.
He sounds a little bit like Michael from The Office, just someone who probably shouldn't be in charge of people.
Right. Yeah.
Amazing. What is something you hope people take away from the show?
Well, we tried to show everyone being kind of not great to each other, but equally not great, and then kind of getting along, like no one's really perfect, and then equally flawed, and then coming together, diverse people coming together, being equally flawed, I guess.
Yeah, with everything as divided as it is, it's kind of nice to see people who maybe wouldn't be unified being unified in some way.
Yeah. And we started it 4 years ago, and then the post took a long time and stuff. So it's just become kind of more relevant, though. Unfortunately, kind of. But
Fortunately, but unfortunately.
Yeah.
Are you guys nominated this evening?
Yeah, we're nominated for. Now my writing partner is not here yet. She would know what we're nominated for.
That's okay.
3 things, I think.
Well, congrats.
Yeah.
That's a lot of nominations.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be crossing my fingers for you while you.
Well, don't favor me because there are all these other good people here too.
I mean, I have no power over any of it, so it's purely for like emotional support. The crossed fingers. What project you're here with?
I'm Park and Broken Lucky Star.
Yeah. Okay. So one more time. Your name and the project you're with.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Park and Broken Lucky Star and 2 different Uju.
Okay.
Yes.
And what did you do? Are you director, actor?
I'm director.
Okay. Did you also write it?
Writer not, but producer.
Okay. Can you tell me about the story a little bit?
Broken Lucky Star is a K-pop star story.
Amazing.
2 different Uju is a romance drama.
Love K-pop, love romance, love drama. What's something you hope people get out of the project?
This project, I hope, so lovely drama because many countries, peoples, I hope love that.
Yeah, fantastic. Do you have you ever done K-pop? How did you come up with, or why K-pop?
Pardon me?
Why a story about someone who does K-pop? Do you like K-pop? Is it special to you?
Actually, I'm K-pop. Before.
Okay. Amazing.
I'm K-pop singer too, but because I K-pop stars stories many knows. Because I made that story.
Okay. Cool. Well, congrats. Thank you so much for being here. It was lovely to meet you and talk to you. Yes, yeah. Cheers. Okay, great. Fantastic. Well, hi, I'm Amy. Lovely to meet you all this evening. Tell me a bit about the project that you're here with.
어떤 프로젝트로 여기 왔어요? 저희는 그 쇼필름 짜장면 땡큐라는 작품으로 오게 됐습니다.
Yeah. With all the little girls.
작은 그 어린 친구들이랑 같이 왔어요. 오케이.
So tell me about the story. What is this about?
저희 영화는 그 남자 장애인과 여자 장애인이 서로 만나서 사랑부터 시작해서 결혼까지 하는 과정을 그린 실제 로맨스 이야기입니다.
It's actually based on real story between female and male disability people. They love each other. Yeah, it's based on real story.
So romance, incredible. What did you all do on the film? What was your role? What did you all do on the film? What was your role? Or were you director?
어떤 역할인지, 감독인지.
네. 저는 그 영화 제작사 대표이기도 하고 영화 감독 디렉터이고.
저도 감독입니다. 감독과 또 출연도 했습니다. 배우.
He's a founder of a production company and also director, and then she's a director as well, and she's an actress.
Fantastic. So did you also write the series?
쓰기도 했냐고요, 작가.
네. 그 대본 각본 작업을 같이 했어요, 같이.
They've been working on writing together, both of them.
Writing together. So where did the idea come from? For the project, for the story?
어디서 이런 아이디어가 나왔는지.
여기 그 박영애 디렉터가
그런 장애인 부부의 이야기예요.
It's actually friend of her who is a real disability people. It's their actual story, like husband, wife. So she got the inspiration from them. Yeah.
Incredible. And what's something that they hope people will take away with them or learn from the film or the series after watching it?
사람들이 이거를 보고 나서 어떤 것들을 좀 느꼈으면 좋겠다, 가져갔으면 어떤 희망을 가져갔으면 좋겠다, 그런 게 있는지.
그 장애인분들도 장애를 가진 사람들도 그 일반 비장애인과 똑같은 사랑과 또 그 감정을 느꼈으면 좋겠다라는 생각을 했고 좀 그 장애인에 대한 사랑에 대한 편견 그런 편견이 없었으면 좋을 것 같아요. 영화를 통해서 그런 편견이 좀 많이 허물어졌으면 좋겠다 이런 생각이에요.
Yeah, director, he want audience can feel that there's no difference between disability people and real people. I mean, just normal people, and we have something stereotype of disability people. So after watching this film, he hopes people don't have those kind of stereotype of people. Just we are the people. We are equal. That's what he wants from audience.
That's really beautiful. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for talking to me. Have an amazing time at the festival. Have an amazing time for the rest of your day. Thank you. Hi, everybody. So are we all, are we all in the same project? What are we here for?
여기 어떤 일로 오셨을까요? 짜장면 고맙습니다에 저희가 단역으로 출연하게 되어서 같이 오게 되었습니다.
So they filmed the Jajangmyeon Thank You, the film, and all four of them has been in the act as the simple actor roles.
Okay.
Yep.
Very cool. That's great. How did you guys get involved with this?
어떻게 찍게 되셨나요?
저희 원 엔터테인먼트 대표님께서 저희 같이 캐스팅 디렉터로서 저희를 캐스팅해 주셔서 같이 찍게 되었습니다.
One Entertainment.
Yes.
So they've been casted by the company called One Entertainment, and these guys were all casted by that the CEO of that company.
Can you tell me about?
Can you ask their names?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Can you guys tell me your names and also what character you play in the series?
이름 본명하고 그 쇼에서 어떤 이름으로 나왔는지 좀 얘기해 주세요.
저는 본명은 김수아고 거기서도 김수아로 같이 하게 됐습니다.
So her actual name and the cast name is the same.
Okay.
Suwa Kim.
Okay. Very cool. And what's your name?
저 신아린입니다.
신아린 그리고 극에서도 신아린. 네. So Arin Shin is her actor's the role's name as well as her real name.
Oh.
So
okay.
I think they used their real name as their actress name.
Okay, fantastic. So they can just tell me their name then. What's your name?
김지연입니다.
Jiyeon Kim.
Amazing.
신혜율.
Hey Yul.
Okay, Hae-yun Shin.
Amazing, very cool. And can they tell me a little bit about what they had to do in the series? Did they play little girls? What did they have to do?
혹시 그 짜장면 감사합니다 거기에서 어떤 롤을 했고 거기서 어떤 역할에 대해서 조금 설명을 해주실 수 있을까요?
저는 그냥 그 주인공들 옆에서 같이 할머니랑 치킨 먹으러 간 역할이었어요.
So because it's a short film, between the main characters, she was the one of those crews who went to the to eat chickens. So just small character roles. Yep.
Really fun.
Mhm.
And what did you do?
그 짜장면 감사합니다에서 어떤 역할을 했어요?
저 어떤 분이랑 같이 밥 먹는 씬을 했었어요.
So, she ate with the main characters. The food eating session. Yep.
Maybe they all ate food. What did you do on the series?
그냥 짜장면 만드는.
They ate jjajangmyeon. The black bean noodle.
Yeah,
Yep.
fantastic. What did you do on the series? Did you also eat?
바닷가에서 노는 거 찍었어요.
네? 어떤 거 했어요?
바닷가 뒤에
So there's the scene about having fun at the sea, the beaches. So she was one of the crew. Having fun.
Having fun. And it was fun. Did you always have fun?
거기서 영화는 재밌게 잘 촬영하셨나요?
네, 재미있게 다 같이 촬영했습니다.
They all had fun. So 네 분은 자매신가요? 아니면 그냥 각자 캐릭터? I just asked them whether they are real related or siblings or whatnot, but they said no.
Did they know each other at all before this?
혹시 찍기 전에는 아시는 사이였나요? 아니면 다 그냥 모르시는 사이?
아는 사이였어요.
어떤 분과 알고 있었나요?
저는 이렇게 4명 다 알고 있었는데 전에 같이 런웨이 한번 했었거든요. 그래서 알고 있습니다. 모델 대회에서 알고 있었어요.
So basically, she knew all these kids because they went to a runway.
Okay.
Yeah, model runway, I guess. The kids model, maybe. So she knew everyone. I think they kind of, met before. Yep.
Okay, last question. Is this their... Two more questions.
Okay.
Is this their first time acting in a project, or do they act a lot? Is this...
마지막 두 질문이 더 있는데 이번이 첫 그 연기였나요? 아니면 그 전에도 좀 하셨었나요?
저는 전에부터 계속 연기를 해왔었고
몇 번 같이
계속 연기 배우고 있어요.
혹시 처음 연기 어렸을 때? Okay. So these two girls, they used to do it. I mean, they've been in other films as well.
Okay.
But these two girls, it's their first time.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Well done. Fantastic.
잘했어요.
Okay, my last question. What was your favorite thing about being in this series that you were in?
짜장면 감사합니다에서 어떤 게 제일 마음에 들었고 어떤 게 제일 생각나시나요? 어떤 장면?
짜장면 고맙습니다에서 둘이 짜장면을 먹는 장면이 아무래도 가장 제일 기억에 남지 않았나.
So the main theme of this movie is to eat jjajangmyeon, and she said it's the best thing that she could think of is the scene about eating jjajangmyeon.
Yeah, she was good to eat a lot.
Yep.
Do you guys have a favorite thing?
먹는 게 제일 기억 남았어요.
She said eating is the most thing that she could remember, and it's the best thing she ever had. Yep.
What about you?
혹시 어떤 게 제일 가장 기억에 남았어요?
저도 먹는 거.
Same thing, eating.
And you also eating?
먹는 거요.
Oh, also the same.
Amazing. It must be really great food. I'll have to try it. Well, it is, yeah. Well, thank you guys. Thank you for talking to me. I hope you guys have a really lovely evening.
오늘 즐거운 저녁 같이 보냈으면 너무 좋겠고 너무 수고했다고 말씀하고 싶습니다.
Thank you.